Alright guys, it's been a while and I have no good excuse. Actually, I have a million good excuses, but I'm not going to give them to you. But what I am going to do is I'm going to make a video because it's been too long and I really want to. And it's not going to be very polished, but it's the best I can do. So a friend, a channel subscriber named Brian, recently reached out and said that his in-laws found some treasures in their attic, I guess, when they were cleaning. And he offered to send me these treasures in case, as he said it, I needed a rehab project. And Brian, you're absolutely right. I need a rehab project because I have been so out of photography lately, dealing with about a billion other things. And I'm grateful that you sent me this box that I haven't yet. I've opened it, but I haven't looked in it yet. So we'll do that all together. Whatever is in this box is what I'm going to take with me. DENAE and I are headed out to get away, just me and her. I'm so excited for the weekend. We're going to her favorite place in the world. Not necessarily mine, but happy wife, happy life. And that place is Disneyland. But I only want to bring like one camera just to have fun with, not really wanting to review anything right now or get super distracted. Just really want to focus on making sure this is a magical time for DENAE and maybe take some photos along the way. So whatever is in this box is what I'm going to take with me and try to get some inspirational travel style photos. So let's dive into this. Let's see what Brian sent us. Okie dokie, here we go. And I apologize, Brian, I know you sent this like 2 months ago, but such is life. Enjoy. Enjoy. Okay, we will enjoy. I will enjoy. Ooh. Love that. I probably should use two hands because this looks fragile, but ugh. Here, let's put this down. Here we go. Oh, that is on its last leg, but what a beautiful little box. All right, here we go. Oh, I love it. I love all of these old instructions and advertising and marketing. It's beautiful. Oh, that is lovely. All right, here we have, oh, that's a little guy. That is so small. I love it. What could I put this by to give you a sense of scale? Here's an old X100 we can compare. You can see the size of this little guy. Tiny little camera. This is a brown Super, what did he say? It was Super 2. I know nothing about this camera, so I better do some research before we take it out. I don't even know if this works. Just assuming that it does. Let's see what lens we have. We have an f2 50mm. Perfect. That's actually my favorite travel focal length. I know a lot of people like 35mm, but I'm a big fan of 50. Let's see what else we got here. We have a telephoto lens of some kind with a 3.5 aperture, but I don't see the focal range anywhere on it. So I'm not exactly sure what the focal range is. Pretty lens though. And get on the road. We're actually driving to California, so 6-hour drive for us to the Disneyland area. Should be fun times. I also just discovered this little guy hidden in this bag. This is a 35mm 3.5 lens, so tiny and in excellent shape. So that'll come in handy for wider shots. Very excited about this little kit. And this is just beautiful, this little viewfinder. This allows you to change it's because it's a rangefinder or a zone focus. Not really a rangefinder, it's just a static viewfinder at a 50mm focal length, I assume. So this little attachment, this viewfinder, will allow you to change to a 35, 85, and 135. All right, so as far as film, I'm going to be shooting with Metropolis. That's Lomochrome Metropolis, of course, by Lomography. And I've seen other YouTubers shoot with this stuff, and it's with some really interesting results. And so I think that'll work really well in colorful Disneyland and beach and wherever we find ourselves in our California adventure. So I've got 3 rolls of this. And along with that exciting announcement, I'll be giving away 3 of these. This is the Lomographic Connoisseur Lomographic Czar. It's a lot of words, but it is a vintage looking, but most likely mostly plastic, Lomography style camera by Lomography. And packaged in this wonderfully beautiful packaging, and I'll be giving away 3. So I don't know how yet. I haven't decided what the qualifications are, how you can enter to win, but I'll say that towards the end of the video, because I mean like that. I want you to stay till the end, so don't skip ahead. No cheating. Got to watch the whole thing. And then I'll tell you how you can get one of these for yourself and take Lomography style shots like I'm going to be getting with this guy. During this trip, I fell in love with both this camera and this emulsion. Zone focusing on a viewfinder film camera can be challenging unless you're taking these types of travel photos in sunny 16 conditions. With wide depths of field, it's almost a point-and-shoot experience. And shooting with Lomochrome Metropolis, a film I've never shot with on an untested camera, certainly that's a risk and not usually one I'd recommend for anyone. The process for me though was invigorating and absolutely an excellent way to inject a dose of needed creativity into the trip, and I absolutely loved the results. I shot the first 2 rolls on Metropolis at 100 speed, which with plenty of sunlight creates results very similar to what I'm used to seeing with Fuji's classic negative film simulation. For those of you who are Fuji mirrorless fans like me, that film simulation works well with slight overexposure and in brightly lit conditions, and so does this film. The grain is pleasant, highlights and shadows are both beautifully preserved. You also see more yellows in the tones, but that's mostly in the shadows, whereas the highlights retain that subdued Fuji type look more similar to classic chrome. But for these photos, I absolutely love the results. For the third and last roll, I shot it at 400, which is advertised that it can do. At 400, we see that the film's characteristics are magnified, more green in the shadows, deeper contrasts with the shadows harder to preserve, more grain, and in dark conditions, I'll admit, it's not my favorite, it's a bit muddy. But the next day and back in sunny 16 on the drive home in rural America, 400 speed, while different, was still a look I can get behind. And these turned out to be, of course, my favorite shots of the trip. I want to thank Brian for sending me this wonderful kit to be inspired with, Lomography for sending the film, and for you all wonderful people for watching. If you're still here, leave me a comment letting me know you watched till the end, and I'll enter you into the contest for one of these Lomography Czar cameras. In the meantime, remember to do good with your cameras, and we'll talk to you again real soon.